Hi, hello. Welcome to Living in the Light. I'm Mary Amy, and yes, here I am. I finally made it. It was difficult because I left my job in the Matrix, and then I had to run and do a few things. And then I said, oh my gosh, I got to get on live. And here I am. It is May 5th. It's the May 5th, the 555, the 5-5 portal. It's a big day for everyone out there. And here we are. It's Friday. We're embarking on the weekend. Hooray, hooray for us. And like I said before, there's so much going on out there in the physical reality. And it might seem as though we're in a place of, I guess, an alarming loss in some ways. Maybe some of you out there feel as though things look like we're not going to get out of it, and more difficulty is in our future. However, I believe, truly, I believe that good things are coming for us. And I've always said light on the horizon, like we're looking through a rectangular window and we're looking out onto the sun rising. And there's so much possibility. And that's why I'm sharing with you today the 5-5 portal. Now, have you had any dreams? Have you been writing them down? And I know that our dreams can actually bring forward or indicate a direction that we should go into. And in the last few days, I've had kind of a transition. I was feeling really sad at the beginning of the week. And I kept saying to myself, just hang on, things are getting better. And it looks to me like things are improving in my life and across the globe. And there is more disclosure being revealed every single day. I don't know if you look at some of this Twitter and Rumble, and if you just go out there and you speak to others out in the physical reality, you will realize that people are becoming a little bit more optimistic. And there's definitely a great divide between dark and light now. And for a long time, I've considered that we are just battling other humans. But yesterday, I spoke about demon humans, or human demons, I should say. And are they soulless? And I also mentioned God. And God is love. And when we tune inward and we have love for ourselves, unconditional love, and we accept ourselves with all of our truths, even the stuff that we are shameful of, even those maybe events that transpired within our lives that we had regrets about, we have to accept everything. And I mentioned, these human demons, and I spoke about how we've heard maybe in our lives, maybe you've encountered someone who is an addict or someone who's really troubled and they're having an issue where they keep having repetitive behavior and they're going to it and they say, well, I'm really fighting off my demons. I'm speaking about the demons out there that are truly evil and those that maybe are off planet or on planet. And I'm going to get into extraterrestrials. I'm going to get into aliens. And I know that it might sound far-fetched. And you might say, oh my gosh, she's getting into this whole alien business. But how could it really be that we are the only planet in all of the galaxies and all the cosmos that actually have life? It sounds kind of far-fetched. It sounds that sounds to me like that's sci-fi or ridiculous, because I don't believe that we came from the Big Bang Theory or apes. We are really gold. You have gold within you. You're a beautiful being of light. You're cherished. You're worthy. And There are those out there that want to harm us or use our DNA, use our energy. And that's part of this whole complex system that we've spoken about. These con men and these leaders and these bloodlines and these secret societies, what are they using us for? Our energy. And they are trying to actually create some kind of non-human, a transhuman. And how are they going to do that? Well, they're going to inject us with stuff. Maybe it's going to be a chip. Maybe it's going to be some kind of organism that is going to take over our DNA, and then they can masterfully control us. Maybe it's through an AI, which is artificial intelligence. Maybe it's through some kind of computer or a system. But you know what? I think that that's passé now. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is we're all going to travel through this portal. Here we are. It's May, the 5/5 portal. And a portal is, right now in this time, it's a portal of change. So today we're going to get on to the 5/5, the 5/5. I keep wanting to say 5/5 3 times. The 5/5 portal, extraterrestrial on planet and off planet. And I'm going to share with you here. I'm going to get a little photo right now. So let's get into it on May 5th. By the way, have you been realizing that your thoughts are very powerful, and reminding yourself that you can manifest anything that you want just through your thoughts, just through your behavior? Now, when I said tuning into unconditional love for yourself, if you can do that, that's high on the chart. Love and joy and forgiveness, that can change your frequency, that can change your vibration, and it can raise it. When you say, I'm so sorry to someone, or I accept your apology, you're raising your vibration. And it's not an easy thing to do. If someone really injured you, whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and maybe it's someone from your past, and you're saying, oh, I have this memory and it's really blocking my progress, and it might be changing your belief system and it's not helping you. And it's because you're not giving someone either an apology, or you're not accepting them when they say, I'm so sorry I did that. That can literally change your life. It can change you just by the thought of forgiveness. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, our intention is very powerful. So let's have an intention to do our best. This is going to be a short show tonight because I am going to go celebrate Cinco de Mayo with margaritas and Mexican food. All right, so a portal. Now here's a visual portal, and that's a lovely portal. Wouldn't we want to have all of this beautiful nature around it? And then also this little waterfall, and on the other side, it looks like light. And what's going to happen when we travel through this portal? Well, it's a portal of change, and that's what today is. So be aware of that. It's karma and luck. Karma and luck. You can change the outcome. Tomorrow, or even today in this moment, let's have gratitude for this moment. Let's let go of anything from the past, and let's not think of the future. Let's be here in this moment. So it is an energetic windfall right now, and it will affect our decisions. Today will affect our decisions. Write in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from. I'm live from New York. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And that's the energy that I'm sharing with the universe, sharing here in this physical reality. So this portal that we are encountering today, we are given an opportunity to ascend to a higher consciousness today in this moment. And the power lies within us. You have this power within you. It's within you. And yesterday we did a little exercise, and I said, reach deep down. Go as deeply as you can. Travel down until you can find your bottom. And that's not an easy thing. You might not have been able to reach your bottom. It's very difficult for me to see my bottom. It's kind of an endless, it's endless, deep, 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 down, down, down. But as far as we can go, we want to imagine a ball of light, maybe the size of a golf ball. And this ball of light is powerful within us. And if we do not have this ball of light within us, if we can't find it, we want to create it. And we want to expand this light to fill our whole entire vessel. And maybe we're not even speaking of just this physical vessel. It might be past lifetimes, and that might be why you can't reach the bottom, because it reaches so far back. But you know what? We can start somewhere. Don't give up hope. Let's start somewhere. So we are given opportunities to ascend to a higher consciousness. It's right now in this moment. We can do it together. So the power lies within us. You have the power. You're a highly dimensional being of light. And you are going to experience light codes activating within you, your DNA light codes. And so today on the 5-5 portal, it's a wonderful time for us because more light's coming onto the earth. And here we have this opportunity. So this portal will unblock the door for us to manifest our deepest desires. What are your deepest desires right now? What do you want? Can you see it? Do you need to close your eyes? That's fine. Do you need to imagine it right in front of you? That's good too. Whatever it is. So each of us are going to have a different experience. My experiences are going to be completely different than someone over here, someone over there, or even you. And whatever's right for us. So we have to say, I have acceptance. I truly believe it's possible. I have no doubt. And I will accomplish every single thing that I want in this lifetime. Because this lifetime can expand for forever even, maybe infinite. Don't give up. Never give up. Stay on your path. Now, maybe something's going to take you off your path and you're going to get back on. And maybe that's an experience you need to have or a lesson. But know that if you keep your eye on your destiny, on your desire, you can manifest it. Now, if you accept it and you say, I'm not giving up, flashes of information will come into your system, like we spoke about, impressions from another source, because your frequency will connect with the frequency that will take you to your desired pathway. So this portal today is going to help us. It's going to help us reach our deepest desires. The 5-5 portal opens our eyes to our emotions. The universe sends codes to help us align. And they help us align to our best outcome, the best possible outcome. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now this portal invites us to a brand new day. It's exciting. It's so exciting. Here we can accomplish so much without even trying, through our thoughts, through our words, through our actions. We don't care what everyone says out in the physical reality because it's our journey. The gold is within us. We have personal power. Boy, Elsa's getting excited tonight, isn't she? Because it's Cinco de Mayo. Are you going to celebrate tonight? You're going to have margaritas and Mexican food? I am. So we're inviting this brand new possibility into our life. It's going to be in our inner life, and we're going to bring it onto the outside of ourselves and into this physical reality. Maybe we're going to see it. Maybe we're going to imagine it, whatever it is, but don't doubt yourself because anything is possible. Now, already from the solar flares and the solar eclipse, we have more possibilities and opportunities. It's an awakening time for us. Accept that. We are now becoming more awakened across the globe. So what's happening? We're uniting all of our energy. Elsa, you got to stop now. You're getting so excited. Can you hear her? She's like wound up because it's Cinco de Mayo day. Now, the truths are popping out and we can see clearer than ever. Do you realize that when you question one thing, it kind of is a domino effect and it changes your outlook on every single aspect of your life? It's funny because the other day I shared with you that I had done a video and then it was taken off because of, they said, conspiracy theories. And it was said that it was the content was not okay. I think I talked about ionic powers and the last president and something else. And I shared that with some of my family members and friends, and they said, that's not right. What about free speech? I was like, wake up, where have you been? There's no such thing as free speech. There's censorship. So they are not awakened yet. And maybe that little happening that occurred to me woke them up. So more awakening beings are happening every single day. They're waking up from the simulation, from the illusion, from the three-dimensional linear world, and they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm awakened. I think there's another possibility out there. And I'm saying, yes, there is. So divine love and encouragement is happening right now. So let's celebrate the opening of this portal, this positive light of energy that's coming on our way to us. And how are we going to engage with this portal? Well, maybe we're going to close our eyes right now, and maybe we're going to imagine this portal right in front of us, and maybe it looks like this. Maybe it's a different look. Maybe it's an oval. I always imagine a portal an oval, not a rectangle, whatever it is for you. And I see myself, I see in front of me when I close my eyes and I say the 5-5 portal, I see this magnificent portal. It's life size. It's probably 6 feet high. And it's just basically like a hologram, and it's right in front of me. And it looks like a ring of fire around it. And it's orangish red. And maybe that's because I'm someone that loves to see a sunrise. And so I imagine this light around it. And I see some steps going up to this portal. And I see this portal before me. And I know when I step through this portal, and maybe I just spontaneously think about it and I'm on the other side of the portal, or maybe I'm in the portal right now. Maybe it's a tunnel to the other side. Maybe it's not a walkthrough. It's whatever you want it to be. But for me, I see this oval portal and it's surrounded by glowing orangish red light. And here I am in this moment, and in the same moment, I'm going to travel through the portal. And as I travel through the portal, I know that it's an opportunity to change me. And before I go through the portal, what am I going to do? I'm going to have an intention, and we speak about our intentions. And our intention can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's going to be a desire or a dream, or it's going to be something you want to change within you. So let's right now, on our own, come up with some kind of intention. So when we're going to travel through the portal to the other side on this 5-5 day, this 5-5 portal, we're going to have an intention. So when we go through the portal and we come out the other side, we're going to know that we changed something. It's a day of change within ourselves. Now, maybe you're not going to automatically in that moment feel different. Maybe it's going to be gradual, or maybe it is going to be spontaneous, because we are powerful beings of light. And it's a belief system. So if we believe it, it can be true. Know that. Okay, so I'm going to sit here, be quiet for a second, and I'm going to come up with my intention. You come up with your intention. And then I'm going to say, we're walking through the portal. We're traveling through the portal, whatever you want it to be. So let me be quiet. I'm letting out a breath. And I'm coming up with my intention on the 5-5 portal. Okay, I have mine. Are you ready? Now I'm imagining that I'm going to step through the portal to the other side, and what's on the other side? Well, let's see. Okay, I'm putting one foot through the portal and then my other foot through the portal, and what do I see? I see on the other side, now for me, this is my experience. I see beautiful blue light, and I'm going to have to see what that means. It's the color of a blue sky, and I see blue light, and then the light actually transitions to a green light. And I guess it's basically representation of maybe grass, the green, and the blue, the sky, but I see that. And I see the divide in the middle of some kind of yellow light. And I'm on the other side of this portal, and I'm going to accept my intention. And I think what's happened here is I've raised my frequency. Have you raised your frequency? You're on the other side of the portal. Hey, Ghost Knight. Hi, welcome. We're in the 5-5 portal right now. And so I'm now accepting that all of my desires and this one particular intention I have, I'm accepting. Because we can block ourselves. We can say, oh, I'm not ready, or someone said to me, oh, you can't have that. We can sabotage a belief system. We can block ourselves from achieving something that we want. And being that we are now embarking on the 5th dimension, we are going to a place where we are in a place in the 5th dimension, this beautiful reality right now, where it's all going to be peace on earth, love one another, nature, a higher vibration, a higher consciousness, and a place of manifesting an opportunity because we are creating this new earth together. We're going to have this more of a collective oneness upon the earth. And it's not going to be about shoving people out of the way or criticizing or saying, I'm the devil's advocate and don't take it personally. We're going to have to look out for one another because it's been a place of divide. And now we're going to have oneness. We're going to have whole, right? Circle is a whole. And so I'm going to get on to right now. We're going to move on because I have some place to be because it's Cinco de Mayo. Here we are. Now we are actually imagining maybe this is where we're going to, or this is where we're going to be in the future, or right now in the 5 dimension. It's a belief system. Now I know we're in transition. I've spoken about that. We're in the middle of the road. We're in the middle. Maybe we're past the 75% in the middle of the transition before we hit the 5 dimension. Myself, I believe that I'm in the 5th dimension because I've basically gotten to a place where I have unconditional love for myself and unconditional love. And look, for others, I'm still have those traits left over from the 3D. And today I had to remind myself I have to come from a place of love for everyone and accept everyone. All right, so we spoke about, and we've spoken about extraterrestrials in the past. And there's what is called off-planet and on-planet extraterrestrials. Now, they say right now on planet, we have some extraterrestrials that have been living here. On planet, an alien civilization exists on Earth, more than one. They say aliens arrived over 1,000 years ago to inhabit Earth for themselves, to breed, to use humans' DNA for consumption, to create some kind of superior race. So long ago, as a child, you might have heard about different, I don't have any gray pictures right now. This is actually called a Sasani, a reptilian gray human who became clones after they bred due to genetic experimentation, a strong connection to higher self. One of the 15 races attempting to wake up humans. People back out into the stars. looking for alien life, but they're here already. So they say this is not a typical gray. A typical gray might be on this chart, the human timeline, if you want to look at this, and I'll tell you about the gray aliens. So since you're a kid, I don't know if you ever heard about alien abductions. I did. I grew up hearing about alien abductions because it centered back into the Roswell days in the 1947s and the 1950s. And then psychologists came out and said, oh, there's no such thing as alien abductions. That's just some kind of mental disorder, or we can account for alien abductions because people have been hypnotized and told that. And I don't know what you believe, but they say those that have been believed that they've been abducted by gray aliens who came 40 light years away from the star system Zeti Reticuli are tall humanoids, long head, distinctive features. Alien abductees who were returned to Earth described similar characteristics. They would come to Earth to take some Earthlings for whatever, maybe experimentation, maybe for breeding and mating, whatever it may be. So here we have like a whole lot of, I know it's little cartoon figures, however, they kind of do resemble what alien grays look like, which are these little men. And there's what's called like little green men. So some aliens are told to be gray. Some are said to be green or a shade of blue. And, you know, it's going back as far as, here we are, I said it, 1947, when Roswell, the crash of Roswell in Roswell, New Mexico, and there was four, not knowing exactly how large these gray aliens were, but they were gray aliens which have very large eyes and small little nose and mouth, and they have no hair. They have a big head, big eyes, and thin arms and legs and a thin torso. And these grays crashed at Roswell, in Roswell, New Mexico, and they were found by a rancher. And originally, the press, the newspapers published that it was a spacecraft. And then later on, after the military got involved, they said, oh no, it was a balloon, a weather balloon. And I know in the last 6 months, we heard that there were these weather balloons or these alien spaceships. It was almost like they were recreating that same scenario from Roswell. And when these little extraterrestrials, or I don't know how big they were, I can't be sure, crashed at Roswell, one lived, and there was 3 that passed away, and they took the one living one to Patterson Field Air Force Base, and then to Area 51 in Groom Lake. And then, you know, we've heard from different whistleblowers that they work there at Area 51 and they did reverse alien technology and they created the transistor at Bell Laboratories in New Jersey. I don't know what's true. I don't know. I do know that there is some kind of smoke where there's a fire. And so we are speaking right now about these gray aliens. Now, I've had contact with lucid dreams where I've been awakened, and I've seen hundreds of different types of aliens. I've seen all the aliens that I'm speaking of, I'm pretty sure, many types of grays, many types of Arcturians and Nordics and Palladians, and all the ones I'm about to review right now. What is Ghost Knight saying? Those giant eyes give me 2021 vision, at least. Well, you know what's interesting? When I have these lucid dreams, I see everything clearly, Ghost Night. And I wear contact lenses or glasses, and I see everything clearly. And I'm not wearing my glasses or contacts because I'm just waking up or I'm just going to sleep. Okay, so the Sasani, which I just mentioned, these guys, they are known, these are all of the aliens that have connected with Earth. And whether or not they're here or they're off planet, they've already connected with Earth. So the Sasani is a reptilian gray human who became clones after they were unable to breed due to a genetic experimentation, and they have a strong connection to higher self, one of the races attempting to wake up humans. Wake up, we're attempting. Now they say that all of us humans have some kind of genetic connection to aliens. Are we hybrids ourselves? Is that a possibility? Maybe. So Octurians, is this an Octurian? Now, Octurians have connected to me and they've actually channeled and communicated with me, and I understood them after I shifted my frequency. And it was about close to 2 months ago that it happened to me. And I had this experience, and this one Octurian connected with me. That was the third time. So they are known to be ancient and wise. Now we think, oh, they all look alike. Like every one of these aliens look alike, but they don't. Even the same species, they have a characteristics that's different, just like we look different. And you'll find out because they're going to make themselves known pretty soon. And I know this is to be true because now I'm talking about it. Whenever I'm speaking of something, it's about to happen. Just like the banks are crashing. And I told you yesterday, 3 banks are close to crashing. They tanked 50%, 60%. And then what's going to happen next? It's going to be the 5 major banks, isn't it? Those time markings on their chest, very tribal. He or she. Well, you know what? These are very peaceful, sweet, demure beings, the Arcturians. I love the Arcturians. I must be some kind of connection. Maybe I'm a starseed and I'm from the Arcturians. At first, I thought I was the Palladians because I have the light hair and the light eyes, but then I realized there's something here. There's something here with these blue beings. And one day I looked in the mirror, and I also had a dream, and I saw this blue Octurian, and I was very tall, and I'm tiny. I'm like 5'3". So they're known to be ancient and wise, and they've had contact with humans. They're 5 feet tall, large eyes, blue-green, and highly developed minds. Maybe. Now the Nordics, I don't think I have a photo of the Nordics, but the Nordics are known to be blonde and blue-eyed, and they are 6 feet tall, and they're very fit-looking, and they look athletic. They almost look like a Marvel superhero. And so humans have come in contact with Nordics for more than they've realized. Now they can kind of travel among us, Nordics, because they look similar to the Scandinavians, you know, the Norwegian and the Swedish, and they look very much like that. So they could be, you know, a alien or an extraterrestrial and among us, and we wouldn't know unless you were very perceptive. And some travel in spaceships with grays, and some believe grays serve the Nordics. Now the Palladians are known, the Palladians are known to be like, they look very much like, you know, when you've seen those shows like Star Trek and they're wearing the suit, you know, the very like fitted suit, and they look like they should be manning a spaceship, and they look like all glossy. Palladians look all glossy, and they look almost like glowing because they're so filled with light. And Palladians are here for us, for humanity, and they're trying to usher in this new world for us. And they've been actually communicating with a lot of the white hats and the military and the last president we had. And they are helping to bring and usher in this new quantum financial system because they are capable, the Pleiadians are capable of checking our heart. What is our heart frequency? Are you coming from a place of goodness and purity? And they come from Pleiades, and they resemble humans. And if you look around right now on Earth, you might realize that there are some Pleiadians out there, and that you might have come in contact with Pleiadians without realizing, because they might be among us, just like some of these other extraterrestrials that I'm speaking of. So you might have encountered the presence of a Pleiadian. So these extraterrestrials will hear your telepathic messages. They can tune into your mind. They can read your mind. That's why for a minute I thought, am I a Pleiadian? Or am I coming from the star family of the Pleiadians? Maybe you are. So if you sit and meditate, all of these extraterrestrials, you can contact some of them. Some of them you don't want to, and I'm going to get into those in just a minute. They're very psychic Pleiadians. Maybe you're a Pleiadian. So there's now what's called a Yahyel, Y-A-H-Y-E-L, alien. They're kind and loving. They're advanced harmony and relationship. And I apologize, I don't have a visual for each one of these. Apologize. And they are very much have a harmonic relationship with technology. And they're slow to show themselves because humanity has basically delayed. Oh, sorry about that. I got right on so quickly this evening because I'm going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, or you with margaritas, that I forgot to turn off my phone. I apologize. And so this species, Yahyel, Y-A-H-Y-E-L, is very interested in bringing harmony to humanity. And they're here trying to awaken us. And they're not going to show themselves. A lot of these aliens are these extraterrestrials, I should say, are very subtly showing themselves to us because are we ready? Humanity has got to wake up. Not only have they got to wake up to all these truths of this evil that's been on the earth, that's been dominating us and having power over us and actually blocking our progress, blocking technology, advanced technology that's within ourselves. You are the gold. You're a beautiful being of light. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you have. Doesn't matter about owning any material goods. You are a beautiful being of light as is. Know you are worthy. Tell yourself, I love myself. I accept myself. I'm a worthy being of light. And the more that you accept yourself, the more that you go maybe to a place of stillness, you quiet yourself down, you turn off the technology, and you tune inward. Now, you don't have to go on to this whole long meditation, but just for a few seconds or a minute even. And you quiet your mind down. You let out a breath. And you inhale and you exhale. And you just listen with all of your senses. You're going to tune into exactly what's going on in the physical reality. You're going to tune into what's going on in your inner life. And you might start to remove some of the blockages you have. You might start to trust yourself a little bit more. You might be aware of others' behavior. Maybe I'm not going to hang out with that person anymore. Maybe they're too toxic. Maybe it's jolting me. It's affecting me. It's actually distracting me from my progress. Maybe you're going to learn to have more patience and accept others for who they are and love them. All right, so the Anunnaki are known not to be such good ones. What are you saying? Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe. What does that say? The horn sound startled me. Oh, sorry about that. That's my ringtone, that horn sound. You thought it was the Nordic people. Good for you. You're funny. So the Anunnaki, now the Anunnaki, not such great aliens. We kind of want them to be off planet, but they've been here a long time. Long time. So they've wanted or have stolen Earth from us because their planet, and it's called Nibiru, Nibiru. It's Nibiru, Nibiru. It had its last brush with planets and crashed into another rock. So they've been using Earth and they covet gold. These guys, hey, Bob Harding. I had a dream with aliens. We're doing a test on me and they got really nervous when they realized that they aren't supposed to have me. Well, God bless. Good for you, Bob Harding. You know what? That means you are aware. And you know what? That's kind of what's happened to me when they've contacted me and I'm like, oh, really? I know you're not a good one, because right away you sense their energy. It's like here in the physical reality. You know when there's someone around you, if you're clear, the more clear you are, you know when someone's not out for your best interest. And when you have contact with any of these extraterrestrials, you instantly know. You're like, you're not a good guy. Maybe at the first moment, you're like, oh, fear. And then you say, you know what? And what I do is I'm going to hug you. I'm going to send you love. And they're like, whoa, they don't like that. And then they know that they can't get to me. Because what does fear do? Fear brings you down and you are in a place that you can be victimized and you can be vulnerable. So the Anunnaki, they've stolen Earth and they want our gold. They want us. They want to use us. They desire gold and precious metals. Now we know up until now, in the last how many years, we haven't been considering gold to be really, well, the dollar's more important. But right now, with all of these banks crashing, what are we going to go? We're going to go back to gold-backed currency and precious metals. So I suggest get some of the gold, get some precious metals. And guess what? We are taking back our planet Earth. And how are we going to do that? We're not going to give away our freedom, our free will. We're going to have discernment. We're going to say, hey, stop right there. Back off. We're going to remind ourselves to set up a boundary 12 inches from our body. Maybe it's not going to be visible. It's going to be an invisible line, and no one's allowed to come into your space physically, emotionally, mentally, or emotionally unless you give permission. And you know what? That's how all of these species operate. When you give away your permission, you're allowing them to harm you. So we don't want that, do we? Now let's get into two more, and we're gonna, and then I'm gonna have to go because I'm going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. What's ghost name? Anunnaki. I heard they have been doing tests on humans, and they are very. Yes, and so I've heard that they're down in these are down in the DUMS tunnels, or the tunnels, the underground tunnels. So the Alpha Draconians, up to 20 feet tall, and I'm not really sure, maybe this is an Alpha Draconian, up to 22 feet tall, muscular extraterrestrials, and they resemble dinosaurs, and they place leaders in positions of power in our government. And they are known to be, and do they look like that? I've had beings visit me that look like this. I had one visit me and it looked like it had like some kind of weapon in its head. It had like this, it was like a hammer on the top of its head, in its head. It was very strange. So this I believe to be an Alpha Draconian, but if it's not, it's one of those extraterrestrials that we kind of want to stay away from. Like I said, don't be fearful. Send it light and love and see what happens. It runs away. Now, is this a reptilian? Very possibly. So they're intelligent beings. They resemble a reptile. They're the size of humans. They're living underground due to the Anunnaki living in the DUMS tunnels underground. So these guys are evil. just like the Anunnaki and just like the Draconians. So just be aware that these exist. And just like humans, there's good ones and there's not so good ones. But the more that we start to accept this, then the more we're going to have a chance to get back our Earth entirely. We want to get back our Earth entirely. So if the Draconians are reptilians like lizards, then I know how to detect them, defeat them, pull their tails off. Well, you know what? I don't know if you can catch them. I mean, they're huge and they are down deeply in the earth. And I know I've heard that some of the tunnels are 300 feet below the earth's surface. And I'm just trying to bring awareness, because I was watching a video in the last 24 hours, and I don't know if you know Carrie Cassidy, and she does Project Camelot. And she's been really hyping up the fact that humans have not accepted that extraterrestrials exist, even after our government, the fake government, the cardboard cutout government, is even saying that they're spaceships. They're even saying, are there aliens? I don't know why they're coming out with that now, but there are. There are spaceships. And we know that some of these black projects, the secret space program, we have crafts that can travel at crazy speeds, weave in and out. And we also know that we've seen spaceships that come out from the water, and they submerge themselves in the water. They're trans medium crafts. They can travel in the air and underwater. So let's just be aware of the possibilities. And then the last one that I'm going to mention is the Nomas, which I really couldn't find a photo of. And they are from Sirius, and they are fish-like creatures. They're humanoid on the upper torso, and below the lower torso, they have a fish body and a tail, and they look like amphibians. There are hundreds of types of extraterrestrial species. So before I go, I just want to mention angels and their beings of light. I'm going to share this. They come from the heavens to earth to protect humanity, and they are messengers, and they're guides, and they are protectors. They're warriors for us. And I just sensed, just in that moment I said that good things are coming, and a difficult situation will improve. And I don't know what you have going on over the weekend, but I'm sending you blessings. And I hope I have some upcoming events, and I'm looking forward to having some fun this weekend. I hope you have some fun as well. We're supposed to get some sun, like a lot of sun tomorrow and Sunday. And I know it puts us into kind of like a lower vibrational place when we have an accumulation of days that are cloudy and rainy. But let's remind ourselves that the earth needs the rain. The trees and the flowers and the wildlife need the rain. And then we're going to come in, all of a sudden it's going to be summertime, it's going to be hot, and then everyone's going to be saying, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I love all the seasons. And I want to remind you that anything is possible. And together we can change the outcome. And if you're positive and you come from a place of light and love, and how do you do that? Maybe you're going to close your eyes, and maybe you're going to visualize it within you, the light within you. Maybe you've already cracked open the glowing light that's in your heart, because we all have that. It's just that all of our life experiences have covered up the light. And how can you kind of accomplish that? Maybe meditation, spending time in nature, turning off your electronics, having a peaceful moment, maybe just resting, maybe feeling good, spending time with family and friends, eating yummy food. Maybe it's watching a television program. I would suggest stay away from the news. The news is kind of a downer. You know, sometimes the news comes on when I'm just like, It's changing programs if I'm watching something on YouTube and I'm like, oh, phooey, I can't stand hearing it, because it's just like one bad thing after another. I don't know how these news reporters sit there and just say a run on of this terrible thing happened and that terrible thing happened. We are going to a place that our intuitive abilities are coming online. We are going to be clairvoyant. We are telepathic. We are capable of mastering at least one clear sense. Maybe you're going to tune into your clair audience and you're going to hear a ringing in your ear, or you're going to hear a message that comes through. Maybe you're empathic and you're going to feel so much more than everyone else. And just know that it's not a curse. It's a good thing. It's gifts. You have so many gifts within you. Maybe all of a sudden you're going to crack open your activation of your DNA and you're going to just all of a sudden be an amazing artist, or you're going to write books, or maybe you're going to be an amazing athlete. Whatever it is, you have gifts within you. And how are you going to bring that forward? You're going to accept it. And you're going to know that you're a worthy being of light and love yourself. So everyone, I'm going to say good night and have a great night. And I'm spinning light and you're in the center of it and you're making a wish. Oh, I'm going to tell you, I have a guest coming up this week. In just a second, I'm going to tell you, I'm spinning light clockwise and I'm imagining light around you. Light's going around everyone that's here this evening, and anyone who's on the replay. I'm seeing light surrounding you, and then I'm spinning it counterclockwise, and there's just beams of light. If we want to imagine a 1 foot long white light surrounding our physical being, that's one way to do it as well. You can imagine it when you go into a crowd of people. Imagine a 1 foot band of light surrounding you. Now, Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an interview, and that's going to probably be uploaded on Thursday, and it's with a shaman, Randy Marks. She's from Texas, and I've known her for quite a few years, and she's a wonderful woman, a wonderful person, and she is going to be doing an interview with me, and she's going to tell me all about, bringing your soul back, and she's like a medicine woman. And then next week, I have Joan Chiara, and I have 2 other interviews coming up. So everyone, be well. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Ghost Knight. Thanks, Bob Harding, and anyone else who joined us tonight. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. You are intuitive. You have a knowing. You don't need proof. You must trust. Don't have doubt. If you have doubt, it's not going to happen for you. So try to do some telepathic messages this weekend. Try to have some peace, close your eyes, do all the steps, tune into one of your clear senses, give yourself a suggestion. Maybe you can find an answer out. If something's bothering you, try tuning into your clear senses and ask yourself, give the suggestion and see what information, what impressions come through from another source. So be well. Bye.